Why are linear relationships so important in algebra? Imagine trying to understand how different things change in the world around us. Whether it's how much money you spend as you buy more items or how far you travel over time, understanding these changes is key. That's where linear relationships come into play. They are like the foundation of algebra because they show the simplest way things can be connected. When you graph a linear relationship, you get a straight line. This straight line makes it easy to see how one thing affects another. In algebra, writing equations of lines helps us describe these relationships clearly. The most common form is called the slope-intercept form, which looks like y equals m times x plus b here. Y is what depends on x, m is the slope or the rate at which y changes when changes, and b is where the line crosses the y-axis. This equation helps us predict what will happen if we change x. For example, if you know the cost per item and the starting fee, you can write an equation to find out the total cost for any number of items. Linear relationships also introduce the idea of independent and dependent variables. The independent variable is what you control or change, like the number of hours worked. The dependent variable depends on that, like the money earned. Understanding this cause and effect link is important for solving problems and making predictions. When you learn to write equations of lines, you get a powerful tool to describe real-world situations with simple math. Linear relationships are easy to understand because they produce straight lines on a graph. This makes it easier to analyze and interpret data. They also help you understand key ideas like slope, which shows how fast something changes, and the y-intercept, which tells you where the line starts. These concepts are used in many areas, from calculating costs to measuring distances over time. Mastering how to write equations of lines builds a strong base for more advanced algebra topics. It prepares you to work with systems of equations, inequalities, and functions. Knowing how to handle linear relationships makes solving complex problems less intimidating. It also helps you see patterns and connections in data, making math more practical and less abstract. In short, linear relationships are important because they show the most straightforward way variables can be linked. They produce simple, straight-line graphs that are easy to understand. They introduce essential ideas like slope and intercept, which are used in many real-life situations. Learning to write equations of lines gives you a powerful way to model and solve problems, setting the stage for more advanced math concepts. This foundation makes algebra less confusing and more approachable, helping you build confidence as you go.